Hey everyone. Um, this might be a little crooked. Oh well, that's how it's gonna go. Um, Welcome back to my channel, The Wild Hares and Rocking Chairs. I know it's been a while, had a lot going on, but I did hit this huge local rummage sale called Dollars for Scholars. It funds scholarships for the local seniors graduating from high school, and got a lot of stuff. Not quite everything. Some of the stuff on the table came from another sale, and not everything here is everything that I got. But this is all the stuff that's really worth showing off. I got some kitchen stuff, a shelf, um, a painting that I would show, but when my kid stole, put it up in his room. So anyway, to get on it, because there is a lot of stuff here, we'll just get started. First, I picked up this cute little cardinal mug. It's got my drink in it, so I gotta be careful. It is a like Teleflora gift mug. I just cleaned it up really good because I like the cardinals and stuff. The snow doesn't go with my theme outdoors right now, but it's beautiful outside, and so I decided to come out here. The next thing I picked up, I don't know if I'll keep or try and resell it. I don't think it's particularly old, but it was in great shape and just couldn't leave it behind. Was this, I don't think you can probably see from there. It's got a sticker on it. It says Sone, S-O-N-E, Genuine Japan Stoneware. Or Japan Genuine Stoneware. There's no chips, no cracks. It's just a beautiful, with the maroon and the gray, green, and brown. I love the colors. So I brought that home with me. This I thought was really super cute. I picked it up. I thought it was a planter. There's no lid. I got it home, and when I was washing it and cleaning it up, I realized it has a pour spout and started looking it up to see if I could find anything like it. It is a teapot. But I don't have the lid. There should be a lid that fits right here and has kind of a little feather design on it. I went back the next day to see if I could find it. I came home with a whole box load of other stuff, but no lid because I couldn't find it. It says hand painted, made in China, and it's just this adorable blue and white duck. It might become a planter anyway. And along with the duck theme, I got a set of these napkin rings. I don't know if you can see those really well there. They are all wood. There's some paint missing around the edges, but they're still in really good shape. And one of them has a sticker that says made in the Philippines. So I don't know if they're like monkey pod wood, like a lot of their stuff is, but these are all painted, and there's a set of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't think I can get them all in my hands, maybe. 6 little mallards, ducks with nice green heads. See, this I've shown before because I picked it up at a Salvation Army, but while I was at this other sale, I found this one, and I thought they made kind of a neat set. The flowers aren't exactly the same. They're both roses with green. This one's got a little bit of more blue to it. But I thought it'd be neat if someday I could find some replacement of the glass lantern tops that go on them. And this, boy, they're getting warm. They've been sitting out here waiting for me for a while. I think it's supposed to be a bell. It's missing the dinger, but it was just so cute. It's a little Scandinavian or Dutch Holland boy and girl. And like I said, I think it's a bell. I'll have to find something to go in there to make it ding again, but it's nice and heavy. But it kind of fits in with some of the Scandinavian stuff I have that I like. Threw these on the table. I got a bunch of other, like I said, kitchen stuff, but my husband's a Seahawks fan, so are my kids. And the neat thing about these kind of beer cozies, if you're a beer drinker, in bottles when you go camping or just out barbecuing and stuff like that, my husband puts his on a lanyard around his neck, and so he can have the open beer with him when he bends over to do something when he's cooking. It's right there, and it doesn't spill, and it stays nice and cold. So I got extras because can't have too many Seahawks beer cozies. What else did I get here? This is just one little plate that's out here. I'm guessing it's just silver plate. It's little tiny. But I grabbed this because they had it. Oh, it does have something. Silver plated on steel. Because because I have like 5 or 6 more of these somewhere in a box that I use when I make jewelry or something. They make a neat little display to lay out earrings on or something on a table. And I like those. This was one of my favorite things, and I posted a picture of it up on my my Facebook and my Instagram page. This is a clock with a frog, and he is so cute. He's just smirking at you, laying on his flower there. I don't know if it works. I might, while I'm in town today, pick up another battery to fit in here and see if I can get it to work. But it is up on my Etsy page. It's a ceramics project, but it's in excellent shape. There's one, and I might have just done that, one little chip right here. And it says Brenda on the back. So Brenda made a really cute clock, and somebody ended up with it at a rummage sale, which is just, it couldn't stay there. A lot of stuff was going in the dumpsters as nobody was picking it up. I got this. Isn't this beautiful? I don't know if you can see it really well in the sun, but it's a silver fade condiment caddy with 2 circles, or 2, I think it's called fluting on the edge with these bowls. Kind of triangular style. And it had the caddy with it. It was just sitting there on the table, and everybody was walking by it. I couldn't believe it. I had to take it home. And I also found these digging in boxes, because you had to go through. They had some stuff on the table, some was still in boxes, stuff was underneath the tables in boxes. It's just all donations they collect throughout the year. So I found a set of 6 of these. I wonder what that noise is. And they're signed Kimiko, and they're Guardian Shield glasses. I did a little bit of research. The tissue paper is in there because I was hoping that would help you guys see the silver overlay and the design on it. There was some company that gave these out when their salesmen went door to door. But I thought they were really neat. And they needed rescuing, so they came home with me. One of the things, when I went back looking for the lid for this duck, I found, and it's an Avon bottle, but she's a little pink ballerina. Looks like there's a tiny bit of fragrance left in here. And this was sitting next to her, this little diamond point pink. It doesn't say Avon on the bottom. There's no top for it. But they just made a really cute little set. She has some cracks and stuff on the back. But her front is just gorgeous. I also grabbed this little blue scarf. Taken to lately. Talk about wild hairs and impulses. Got tired of my hair one day, watched a YouTube video, put it up in a ponytail, bent over, and cut it all off. So I took a good 4 or 5 inches off my hair. But one of the fun things to do is just tie them up. And it helps keep the hair out of my face. Sometimes. I don't know. And I just use them like that. This I didn't tie very well, so I'm going to take it off. I picked up this couple Christmas things. This is frosted around the edge, Mikasa Silent Night. It's just a footed plate, and it's got a little church, and the moon and the stars, and Santa Claus and his sleigh with the reindeer, and some trees and forest scenes. I don't know if that shows up, if I can do that really well. Hopefully you can see that. A couple candlesticks. Let me reach my big arms over here with the holly and berries on them. Well, of course, let me put my fingers over them. You can see there. Really cute Christmas. I thought they'd do good around Christmas time. I might try and sell them a little bit. They are made in Japan. It says Kashima Christmas holly. So they aren't like one of the Libby or the sought after holly and berries patterns, but they are really pretty and in excellent shape. There's a 50-cent thing on here, but really it was, you put a bunch of stuff in a box and they say, oh, okay, we'll take $5. I picked this up there. I thought it was just super cool. It says Loop on the bottom. I think it's a hand-painted ceramic coffee mug. Unfortunately, it has a little tiny chip right up here by the handle, but it'd make a perfect little planter for a little, like some hens and chicks, or a small herb or something maybe. Ooh, this is one of my other favorite things I got. I got this for me to keep because I love the Looney Tunes. And this, I love this color blue too. So this may not even go in my cupboard to allow the kids to use it, because a lot of things get destroyed and broken as they do dishes. But this might be a display in my house somewhere because I just adore it. I got this little pottery piece. It's in blues, purple, and kind of a maroon red, and black on the top. It's just little tiny, and I haven't looked this one up yet. The only marking there is a black star on the bottom. But it goes with some of the other Alaska pieces I have. But the star makes me think, I wonder if it's got something to do with Texas? I don't know. Maybe that's just weird thinking. I got this potpourri ball. I love the floral design on it. I have no idea if it's old or not. The tag looks like it is, and I can't read what it says, and half of it came off, so almost all the smelly beads are gone out of it. But you could fill it with something else and cover the bottom and hang it in a closet. That is just so pretty. These are other things I was very excited about. My favorite Christmas movies. Got Yukon Jack and Santa Claus from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. They didn't have the rest of the collection. Believe me, I searched every box I could find. Not only for the lid to that teapot, but for the rest of these little characters. This guy's got a speaker. I wonder if he says something. It looks like they had little batteries in them. But I haven't gotten them to say anything. I just think they're cool, and they're going in my Christmas collection. At that same yard sale, let's see, I picked up these. Really cute. These are from the 70s, I believe. Footed. These are like restaurant style, really heavy coffee mugs with Hobo Joe. I guess there was a Hobo Joe's restaurant too. Some places I see call them Smokin' Joe. They say USA on the bottom inside the pedestal. There's a hole in both of them. I don't know if that's normal for these mugs. I'm guessing so nothing gets caught up in the pedestal, because it doesn't go through to the mug. It just goes through the pedestal on the side. And those are super heavy. The other thing, let's see, I got from there, I did pick up, they had boxes of Christmas stockings and ribbons and stuff. I did pick up this one. It is a hand crocheted, looks like a, can't tell if that's not a double crochet, but maybe a half double or something. But it's in beautiful green colors, and it just shouldn't get left behind and forgotten there. I don't know if I'll keep it or try and sell it at Christmas time. And then these, oh my goodness, and this is some advice I can give people if anybody's watching, because I've done a little bit of research on these. Again, when somebody spends this much time working on hand crocheted stuff, I hate to see it get thrown away or end up in a rummage sale. It just drives me crazy. But when you're listing, if you're selling these, I was looking on eBay, and if you just look up hand crocheted shawl, let me show you these. They don't necessarily sell for very much. This one's got some stains on it. I have something on it. I haven't cleaned them yet. I'm pretty confident that will come out with no problems. And they're just, this one's a white acrylic yarn. There's some fuzz on it. This one's huge. Really, really big and just gorgeous. So if you just put, vintage 70s hand crocheted shawl, they sell for $5 to $7 plus shipping. If you look up Bohemian or festival wear vintage hand crocheted shawl, use all the right keywords, then you can get like $25 for them. Either way, if they sell, I'm making a profit if I sell them, because I'm kind of in love. Let me not tear them up. This one's got a huge fringe on the bottom. I only paid a few cents for them, if even that, when you consider that I filled a box to overflowing and they charged me $5. So there's this one, is nice and big. I'm 5'9", and if I wear it and try to keep it even, it goes down almost to the back of my knees in the back. It's gorgeous. Then there is this one. This is a cream color, a little bit tighter weave, kind of a shell weave. Still obviously hand crocheted with the fringe, much smaller, but heavier. kind of, you know, would be for a cooler day, maybe a fall evening or an evening in the summer where it's not too warm. And this one, again, handmade, so light and pretty with the fringe. This is just beautiful. So I have to measure them. I've got to clean them. But aren't these just pretty? Gosh, I just can't get over them. And then these last couple things came from a different Facebook marketplace somebody was selling, and it was the dustiest old box of stuff you had ever seen. I mean, it has scrubbed years of dust and grease off these things. These are an oil and vinegar set that were in there. They're not crystal, they're just cut glass. Nothing really super fancy. There's no rubber around the stoppers anymore, so they rattle. So these just might become some sort of decorative project. But one of the reasons I got it was in the pictures of the box I spotted this. This is a 1950s McCoy lamb planter. I've cleaned it up really good. He does have one little flaw on his ear where some of the paint is chipped off, but it's not really a full chip. It's just missed the glaze. And he looks kind of angry, but he's still very cool. So he's listed up on my Etsy shop. In that box there was also this mug. Ooh, there's a hole in it. I didn't notice that. That's weird. It doesn't have any markings, but it's obviously vintage. You know, it's got that avocado green. I don't know if you can see this. There's a hole in the pattern there. But then there was these two Fire King mugs, which I also recognized as something I've seen people sell and pick up. This one's yellow, or brown at the top, fading into yellow, and this one's red at the top and fades into orange in that diamond pattern. And they say oven proof. Fire King, it's really hard to read because it's just raised up. Anchor Hawking Fire King, made in the USA. And then the last thing I have out here today, yeah, pretty much, is a set of 5 of these. They're vintage green. There's no markings. I'm assuming but they're heavy. The bases are like really heavy. The bases are square and then they swirl up into a round glass. One of them looks like somebody used it for a vase or something. I've got to get some CLR something because I scrubbed and scrubbed at that, and it needs a little something extra to take it off. Maybe some vinegar will do it. I hadn't done that yet. So the linen things I hadn't washed yet. But I think that's pretty much everything for this haul. The other things I got were some stainless steel barbecue skewers, some nice KitchenAid kitchen utensils, an ice cream scoop, a cheese grater, garlic press. Like I said, the painting was a nice, I think it said it was Hong Kong. It had a name, an artist name, and a gallery tag on the back. But my son liked it, so he hung it up in his room. And then I got a really cool simple wood shelf with different, like, shadow box style, different size shelves that eventually you'll get to see because it'll go in my studio when I start filming down there. So that is all I have for today. There was so all of this cost me less than $20. Because it was $10 for this box of stuff and then $10 for all of this plus other things that I got. And I had a great time at that sale, and it supports a good cause. And the shelf and the painting I paid more for, so those were separate. Those were $10 a piece, but definitely worth it for the cause and what I got. And then I picked up a couple of things that didn't sell afterwards, after they closed down the sale. I have a couple of, they're like pieces off of an entertainment center, but they'll make perfect inventory storage in my garage. So I got those for free. So after this, I am on my way into the thrift store. Imagine that. I need to find a few more glass pieces that aren't necessarily vintage, but will make. I have. I can't really show you right now, but over on my other table over here by the garden, a bunch of stuff that I've prepped to make bird baths or garden art, butterfly feeders, bee feeders, that kind of thing, and glue it all together. Promise I'm not using anything super old or fancy or lovely that somebody would scream about. Um, but it needs a couple more pieces. I have the makings of possibly 3, but they need a couple finishing pieces to make it all work out right. And I kind of have an idea in my head, and I'm hoping the thrift store will provide. Usually works out for me, so we'll see. Cross your fingers and hope the thrift store provides for me. Anyway, have a great day. It's a beautiful sunny day here, and I'm going to keep doing these outside until it gets stinking hot. It's fairly warm today, and it's going to get a little bit warmer. But when it starts hitting upwards of 90 to 100 to higher than 100, I'll be back inside begging for the sun to go away probably. But until then, I will try and video my thrift trip this afternoon and post it later. I hope everyone has a wonderful Mother's Day. I have told my boys we're all going kayaking, so and having a picnic. It's supposed to be 80 degrees out and perfect weather for it. So I hope you guys get to do something fun too and have a great day.